Joniak, are you going to join us out there? You going to come drive up to Mundelein, see us?
No, I don't think so.
No.
No.
I love your honesty.
I don't think so.
Would you like to switch spots with me?
No,
I
feel like I should be the psychiatrist and give me a little.
Okay,
like
so
a
play
pad
the
of
role.
paper. So
play the role.
How long have you been feeling this?
About 3 weeks. This all happened about 3 weeks ago.
Are you having trouble sleeping?
Yes, I am.
Here, let me make note.
Waddle
of that.
is literally laying on a couch right now.
And I am.
You could see it on YouTube. It's youtube.com/@Waddle and Silvy.
I am serious, Jeff. This happened. I've asked myself before I've gone to bed each of the last few nights, what happened? Mm-hmm. Because I felt so good and positive about the direction of my favorite football team after they had done what they did in London, and thought, wow, we're going to get a bye right now, and we're going to get some rest, and then we're going to come out and we're just going to motor ahead. And what happened?
Have you been able to manage your anger, son?
Yeah, because I drink a lot. Yeah.
Do you feel this is a problem?
I don't, but others may. Others may describe it in that manner.
Let me give you a little something.
Okay.
We'll make a little prescription
What do you
for
got? What do you got, Dr. Feelgood?
Hope springs eternal.
Well, what is that? Is that
what
do I go?
Eternal.
Do I go to my CVS?
So you go to the Fountain of Youth and get a little bit of that to drink.
Do I need to go to the what is it? The Trevi Fountain in Italy?
Right. Splash around a little bit. Brand new day. Sun came up. We're rolling.
Yeah. Okay.
We're rolling. Let's go.
All right.
The season. Remember what Uncle Jeff said.
Okay.
Season 17 games.
The season is not going to start till week 11. Rewind the tape.
That's
all the way back. So
Uncle Jeff, that's what I'm afraid of.
Under 500.
Because the teams we're facing now are actually really good, and they have a combined win. They have a combined win record of 708.
Every team's good. It's hard to win in the National Football League.
Telling me.
That's why there's only a few coaches that have won a Super Bowl.
That's true.
It's nuts. It's crazy. How we doing? Good to see you, Silvy.
Yeah, hanging in. The last couple of games are not what I expected. When I even standing with you in Arizona, I expected them to bounce back. I did not expect that. Even if they would lose that game, I didn't expect that. And I certainly did not expect that against New England. But like you said, can they get a little juice from Thomas Brown, from the change, a new voice? We got to get Caleb Williams playing better, that's for sure.
Yeah, and, it's all going to be a wait and see. But I like his approach at the podium today. He cut right to the chase. Says he's a straight shooter, and he was straight shooting. And, it's funny because now his name is populating all over all over X and everything. So there's videos of his college days running at Georgia. Man can move.
He was a good player.
So I did a little homework on the NFL DraftScout.com, and at his pro day ran a 4.41. He looked like 38-inch vertical.
Can he still play?
Just a little over 5'8". That guy's he's a bowling ball.
Yes, he is.
Bowling ball of fury. But anyway, no, I sent a text to some people I know throughout the league, the same text, how challenging is this to midseason? Because it's happened. It's happened before, obviously. Many times it doesn't, even move the meter. But interestingly enough, though, same thing happened for a man he worked with last year and with the Baltimore Ravens, Jim Caldwell. In-season move. Everybody was shocked, right? Everybody was shocked about the move. They wanted a Super Bowl. I'm not suggesting that this team is ready for that, but I'm not going to discount a change in thought, a change in the picture, a change in what you're calling when, because it's a craft, and not everybody is on the same page all the time with that craft, and hopefully he's got it figured out and exactly what he envisions this offense should be and should have been. And I think we know what some of that should be looking like.
Jeff Joniak is brought to you by ComEd, the ComEd Energy Efficiency Program, partnering with your business to save money and energy. The only thing, just to counter that we're wondering is when Shane Waldron was having success in Seattle, a lot of people said, hey, the reason he's having success in Seattle is his passing game coordinator is Dave Canales. So they were giving a lot of credit to the passing game coordinator. So this was his passing game coordinator here, and they weren't having success. So what difference is?
Well, first of all, you got a rookie quarterback, and you don't have Geno Smith. I mean, let's start right there.
So
That's
right,
one thing.
but that still remains the same. He's still going to be a rookie quarterback.
Yeah,
My question is
exactly.
how much of an impact who the guy was the passing game coordinator moving over to that share?
I can't answer that question because I don't know what his input was. I don't know what, was there one voice and everybody put some thoughts in a game plan? I don't know. I have no idea. That would be a question for other people that are on the inside of that situation. So I have no idea. I just know, and we've said it before, coordinators are the hardest thing to find in sports. And so they all got different views. They all, I have no idea how Shane interacted with his staff. It's a big staff. We got multiple quarterback assistants, got run game coordinator, offensive line coach, pass game coordinator, lot of voices.
Do you think there's too many? I'm not just in this building, but do you think in the league? Because it wasn't that way. I heard Yurko talking about it earlier.
It's obviously blown up. Big time with the number of coaches.
Do you think that maybe there's too many voices in the room sometimes?
Maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, it also depends on the coordinator. Are they willing to listen to anybody?
Yeah.
With all those voices? Are they actually using all the information in a way that is constructive and beneficial to put players in the best possible position to succeed? And we don't know those answers. I just know that some coordinators keep their doors shut. They don't want to hear from any assistant coach.
He did coordinate play calling last year at times with Carolina. And I don't know how much experience does he have in that role. That was it, limited to last year at that time.
That's to my knowledge, yeah. That's to my knowledge, but I know a lot of people love this guy. They look at him as a head coach candidate at some point in his career, and I think that's something he wants to do as well. I like the fact that he played the game. He played the game at a high level at Georgia. Got hurt, unfortunately, in his National Football League career. But I think players respond to those types of voices as well.
Mercedes Lewis said this about Thomas Brown. He says, everybody in here loves TB. Really good dude, great energy. He's a dude, right? That should bring some juice to the offense.
Yeah, I can feel it when he talks. I met him long before the season began, and I enjoyed our conversation. Really enjoyed talking football with him. And you could see at the podium, there's a little no-nonsense.
Presence.
Yes, and just shorten to the point. There's not an over-explanation of something, why we're doing it or why we're not doing it or why it's not working. I think he's just going to be a guy who's going to cut to the chase because, frankly, now all talk is just that. Like, there's got to be action because the clock's ticking, and again, it goes back to what I said 2 weeks ago. After the winning streak, every play matters, and so it will continue. Every snap matters.
Can you put together an explanation as to why it has gone so? I mean, is it as simple as this team was broken because of the Hail Mary?
No, I mean it's easy to say because nothing's worked since. And so,
but the offense was struggling.
I
know.
I just have a hard time believing that breaks a team to this point.
I'm with you.
I mean, there's too many veterans on this team.
Yeah.
It's not like a young team that just got out of the cocoon.
That would speak to a fragility that shouldn't exist.
I just have a hard time buying that. So, let's pick up the pieces. We all have opinions on how it could look. We can't say should look because who are we to say? They have their own vision of what it should be. But with the playmakers and what I felt all along is play point guard, get the ball to your playmakers. So that's some of this is on Caleb, obviously, too.
Sure.
So getting rid of the football quicker, and you don't have a lot of time in the National Football League, and they're going to keep doing. Teams are going to keep doing this, crowding that line of scrimmage with bodies. Hey, pick your poison, son. Here's what we're going to do. Yep. We're gonna threaten you, and unless you guys can pick it up and you burn us, we're not gonna back off.
One thing that I could tell that you're annoyed by, even listening through the speakers. This isn't me being in. This is on game day when I'm driving home in the fourth, listening to you. Could tell you're getting
Silvy's presence behind you at all times for the first half of the game.
I really don't even know he's there until I look around.
See, that's good. That's what you want. I don't want.
I'm almost shocked every time.
Yeah, I don't want to
standing
be
on
seen.
that little thing, towering over me, looking down on me.
I want to be able to see,
literally and figuratively.
Do I have a receding? Does my spot is
not even checking that?
Let me see.
The football,
I don't think so.
No, I
No,
think
you're
you're
good.
I think
You're
I'm
good.
good.
Yeah, for a
I'd
man
rather-
of your
I'd rather-
age, you
you
look
I'd
great.
rather not lose it.
It's going from the front is where it's going. It's going backwards.
Well, no, I have always kind of had a high. Well, yours is.
That's not a forehead.
backwards, too,
That's
yeah.
not a forehead. That's a six head.
Yeah. So I could tell, and you even said this to Thayer, those penalties, those pre-snap penalties, or after they get a first down, you got to call a timeout, or these things that are stopping any little momentum that they're building is something that's frustrating.
Yes,
you.
of course. There's too many at this point, and they got to be fixed because you got to stop beating yourself. That's first and foremost. So I think there's plenty of evidence of beating yourself a little bit, and hopefully they can find it in their focus. I think is big to stop beating yourself and start beating the other team.
Scale of 1 to 10, how much do you hate the Packers?
Oh, it's
11?
50.
50?
Yeah,
Like
there's
this
no
one means
11.
more to you?
Yeah,
I know they all are meaningful.
All the division. Yeah,
Okay.
but it's just the strenuous exercise that it has become.
Do you
to
feel
beat the Green Bay Packers?
Do you feel
Yeah,
different
I
in Packer week? Like
Oh, yeah.
how
See,
is
my
Monday and
foot's going
Tuesday?
right now.
Yeah. So you can feel a noticeable difference
in my disposition and
Yeah.
my attitude. Sure.
Right.
Yes, absolutely.
Thayer's too, right?
That's not even I mean, I know it sounds almost cliche, but he's mad.
Yeah.
He gets mad. He gets mad about the game coming against the Green Bay Packers. And I just finished a podcast with him. Okay, so we had a two-parter. We interviewed Roosevelt Colvin.
Oh, Rosie.
And he was hilarious.
I love Rosie.
And just a little Packer memory, but just, And
He's got a son who's a very accomplished basketball player,
yeah,
doesn't he?
Purdue, Miles. But his daughter's all Big Ten volleyball
Volleyball,
star.
yeah, that's right.
He says she's the best midfielder. Middle? I don't know that
I don't know
language.
the
I don't know
language either.
lingo.
I know what
Anyway,
you're saying, though. She a little agitated by the Bears' performance?
I don't know. How about those Bears? And I'm like, hey, Mom, it's a long season. Take it easy, all right? Nothing's easy. Well, I don't like the Patriots. That's what I don't. But she used to love Tom Brady. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Who doesn't?
My
Yeah.
mom loved Tom Brady. I remember I
loves
took a
Tom
picture
Brady.
at a Super Bowl with her, and she got the biggest kick.
You took a picture with who?
Brady in the background of one of the
like
newscasts.
at his podium?
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty
yeah,
cool.
My mom liked Tom Brady.
I will say this. Remember when, you were there, when the Patriots and the Bears played down in Champaign. So my father-in-law was doing the games at the time, Gino
He was
Capoletti.
a great man. Loved him.
Fabulous
He
guy.
always was nice to me.
So he, this is like early in Brady's tenure. So what was it, 2003? Is that what you said? 2002? I
They
don't
blew
know.
like a 19 or 20-point lead in that
Did
game,
it not?
remember?
If my memory serves, was there a kickoff return to Leon Johnson?
Could have been.
That
Hit
hit
him
his
in the face mask, and it went south from there.
Uh-huh.
So my wife and I
The
went.
whole season.
We went
From that play,
Yeah,
went
shocked.
south from there.
I'm shocked. One play tore the whole season apart.
I mean,
Where we heard
am I
that
wrong
before?
on this? My memory is not nearly as good as Silvy's or yours.
Mine's horrible, but we go down. My wife and I go down to spend some time with my father-in-law. While I'm there, I got a football for a charity, and I asked Gino. I said, "Hey, Gino, any chance you can help me get Tom Brady to sign this?" And I don't think Brady was like all that. I mean, he was something, but not all that yet. And I've told these guys this story all the time, one at the time. And he goes, yeah, I'll call him and he'll come down. So he says, we're sitting there and he goes, Tom said he'll be down in a couple of minutes. Just stand by the elevator because he's got to go to meetings right afterwards. So I'm standing there with my wife and this football for Tom Brady. And the elevator door opens up in the most majestically handsome human being that has ever walked the face of the earth. I just looked at him and I was like, that's Tom Brady. Boy, he's more impressive in person than he is on television. Hey, Tom, you sign this football for me? But all I can remember was just,
as a former NFL player.
Yeah, and my father-in-law standing right there. Hey, Tom, can you sign it for this jackass, my son-in-law? But all I can remember was just how majestically handsome he was.
Well, he'll be at the game on Sunday. You
I
should
know.
run over after your duties and reconnect.
Nah. So will you will you share any moments with him?
I highly doubt it.
Really?
I highly doubt it. I don't make my way over
How
to
far
the
is
TV
the booth from
short
ours?
walk.
Oh,
Short walk.
should I bother him?
Well, listen, you're not afraid of anything.
No.
So you have no restrictions.
That's stalker. You can say stalker.
There's times that, I'll walk somebody. Should I? No, I can't do that. I'm not going to bother somebody.
Like who? Who's
Anybody.
the most famous person that you have failed to actually kind of, or as you said, bother?
Well, I will say that, and Zetterman knows this because I was with him, was at an Eddie Vedder at a Pearl Jam show and made it to the old Stanleys.
Yeah, sure.
And so then after those shows, they'd be in the basement with Chelios and Dempster and all those guys. And somehow we got down there. And I was I don't think we should be down here, Danny. It was Dan Toohey, who used to work with the Bears, is a big fan, and he got me turned on to Pearl Jam to begin with. And and I'm like, I want to say hello so bad, and I just did not.
He probably knows who you are.
Of course he does.
Probably listened to you as much as.
So I bagged it and I left.
Oh.
Zetterman's there. If I'm not mistaken, if Danny's listening, hop on.
Danny's like friendly with him now because
well,
of that.
apparently he met him, and he was telling me, oh, you missed it. He was so nice, so great. So fast forward years later, went to another show and wound up at the Lodge. Is it the Lodge?
Lodge?
The Lodge.
The Lodge.
Lodge.
I forgot the G. The Lodge.
Yeah, not the
Not the
Loge. The Loge.
The Lodge. For some
Lodge.
reason that
You're trying to make it sound fancy. It's not a fancy place.
Not a fancy place, but it was packed, and I'm standing in like sardines, and I turn around.
Eddie Vedder.
He's standing right there.
What'd you say?
Mr. Vedder, Jeff Jones, I'm a friend of Tom Thayer's. I do the game. Oh, yeah. So we're talking. How the Bears going? This was, I don't know what year it was, and it was great. And then I took one move like this to get my phone out, and I was going to ask for the photo. And I was leery because I didn't want to ruin the moment, and here's the security. No pictures.
Oh, really?
So that was that. That was the end of that. But he was great. Eddie was great.
I've met him once before, too. Fantastic. And loves talking sports.
Yes,
all those
he
guys
does.
usually like talking sports.
Yeah, and that's why I got such a big kick out of interviewing on our podcast Sebastian Maniscalco a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, we had him in last week.
And Tommy said he was on. I didn't get to hear it. Oh, he had me laughing.
He's
And I really wanted to go to that show, but just
You had too much work.
No.
You were preparing.
No tickets
to
be able to.
You just had him on. Ask him for tickets.
No, I didn't.
That's not how Jeff rolls.
I know. Next time we'll get him
come
for
home. But I'll tell you, there was another one, John Hamm. I met him. Does that count as?
He's a big Cardinal fan, right?
He's another
Did you know
handsome
that?
guy.
Yeah,
handsome
very
guy at a
handsome.
Super Bowl, and I went up and introduced myself, and he was like, "Yeah, we're talking."
Who's the most handsome guy you've ever met? Have you met Rob Lowe? Other than Mel.
No, but that's funny because I bring that guy up with Christina all the time.
Yeah.
She's a big Rob Lowe fan.
Yeah.
You know?
How could you not be?
I go, I can't. Nobody's looking like that. She goes, well, check his age. And so did a little.
55.
He's in the wheel zone, the hot zone or whatever. No, not the hot zone, the wheel zone. What am I in that target zone of my age group? Look up. What is his age?
I bet you he's
What is his
63.
age?
That's my guess.
I'm going to say
I go, who looks like that?
He's
at that
60.
age? Nobody's looking like that.
No. He is handsome as the
come
day
on.
is
He
long.
is.
He
He
wears
really
that
is.
NFL hat. Remember, he wore
Yeah.
to a game. He wore a hat that just said NFL.
He's
on
got
it.
the perfect square jaw.
I don't know.
He's got to be the most handsome.
He can't be in his 60s.
Yeah, you nailed it.
Straight up.
I gotta get.
I know handsome middle-aged men.
gotta
I
get-
just do.
You do. And
I do.
Don't you put yourself in that category?
No.
Oh.
I almost
All right, we
pulled-
gotta go.
I almost
We
pulled a
gotta-
Joniak.
Whoa!
I didn't do
What
it.
did you say? Nothing made me happier than seeing you squirm. And he just squirmed.
When you go, do you know anyone handsome? I thought Meller was raising his hand, but
Yeah.
that was him just saying, break. All right, we got to go.
All right.
Thanks,
good to talk
Jeff.
to you guys.